to talk to you about 20 animals that you've probably never heard of before. The first one is named the panda ant. Despite its name, this insect is actually a wasp species. The females are wingless, so they look like cute, furry ants. It may be cute, but it still stings. Luckily, they live in Chile. The next animal I'm going to introduce to you is named the giraffe weevil. They inhabit the island of Madagascar and may only live a full year. The males have necks 3 times larger than the females. Why the long necks? Nest building and fighting, of course. Even with their long necks, though, the males don't reach a full inch. And lucky for the ladies, they do all of the work. Hey, guys have to be good for something. Next comes the axolotl. This little guy is a type of salamander that is native to Mexico. They maintain an aquatic lifestyle, although under certain circumstances, they may become terrestrial. The coolest thing about these creatures is their regenerative abilities. They can regrow lost body parts, and they live 10 to 15 years. Now, onto the snub-nosed monkey. They are found in the mountainous forests of central China. They have flat noses that are set back from their muzzles. In my opinion, they kind of resemble skeletons. Mainly, they eat pine needles and young furs, but they like bamboo and fruits also. Their tails basically double their body length, so they end up being 5 or 6 feet long. Let me introduce to you now a flightless bird called the kakapo parrot. He differs from other flightless birds because unlike them he can fly, he just chooses not to. This 8-pound nocturnal bird would rather hike. Get this, the life expectancy of a kakapo parrot is 90 years. They've got humans beat by like 20 years. That's a long time. This next creature looks a bit odd, but it exists. This is a blind snake. They do have eyes, they're just really tiny and under translucent scales. However, their eyes are only sophisticated enough to register light intensity. All of them are females, so they asexually reproduce. Check your flower pots, and guess what? You might find one. Now, let me show you a hispid hare. The hispid hare is a shy and secretive animal that not much is known about. We know they are found in Nepal and northern India in the grass scrub savannas. They average about a foot tall with shorter ears and shorter hind legs than we are accustomed to seeing hares have. They are nocturnal and, surprise, the lazy dads don't provide any parental care whatsoever. Now for something a bit more ferocious, the gavial. They are from Nepal/Bangladesh. Males can reach 18 feet. That's more than 3 of me. Apparently, inflating a knob at the end of their snout attracts females, and that leads to between 30 and 40 eggs. They catch fish, and they don't have leg muscles to stand on, so it's good they spend most of their time in the water. Now on to the saga antelope. They are like a cross of a sheep and an antelope. They are nomadic animals that travel south for the winter. Males' noses swell, and their eyes secrete sticky liquid during rut. Oh, and their unusual nose is thought to filter out dust in the summer and warm cold air before it reaches their lungs in the winter. Let me introduce now the purple frog, also called the pig-nosed frog. They live a reclusive lifestyle, only surfacing about 2 weeks of the year to mate, otherwise they're underground. They have pointed snouts and are found in India. Their cries sound like chickens. Guess we're all a little chicken sometimes. Although they can't be too chicken because they mate during the monsoon. Now let me introduce the pink fairy armadillo. This is the smallest species of armadillo known. They weigh less than 1 pound. They are found in Argentina, and their shells are almost completely separate from their bodies. Digging abilities allow them to live near ant colonies and live underground. They're believed to be polygamous. Who knows, we might see them on sister wives. Next, let me introduce to you the bilby. They are marsupials like kangaroos, so they have a pouch. They dig a lot, though, so their pouch is backwards. They can't see well, and they have extremely soft fur. The bilby, like me and the koala, doesn't drink water. They get all the water they need from their food. They're also nocturnal and have a 2-week gestation period. Talk about active. This next creature is quite bizarre. This is a glass frog. You can see their full system of organs under their transparent skin. They live in the canopies of the rainforest, and like many other creatures, are nocturnal. So to distinguish them from tree frogs, their eyes are bright and forward-facing. In other words, they look even more fake than they already look to begin with. Let me now introduce Monito del Monte, or Little Mountain Monkey. They're carnivores that can double their body weight in a week, and they occasionally eat fruit. They mostly live in Argentina and Chile, where the people are so superstitious that if they find one in their house, they're going to burn their house down. And no, they're not monkeys. They're actually marsupials. To give your day a little bit of color, let me introduce to you the mantis shrimp. These are some huge shrimp. They have 3 sets of antennae and 2 sets of appendages. They have spines and barbs used for raptorial prey capture. They live in burrows or crevices in coral or rock. Abdominal gills make them different from other crustaceans. Also, many species exhibit parental care of their young. Despite its big name, this next creature is less than a foot long. This is an elephant shrew. They are exclusively in Africa, and they can hop like rabbits due to their long hind legs. Their diet consists of mainly insects. They are very speedy and well camouflaged. They clear interconnecting pathways to hunt for insects and to have a clear run home if they are in danger. They aren't thought to be related to their shrew cousins in other countries. Now we have the lowland streaked tenret. These insectivores are only found in Madagascar. They are like a cross of a shrew and a hedgehog. They do have detachable barbed spines, but their undersides are soft hair. In winter, they drop their body temperature to nearly that of their surroundings to conserve energy. Mothers and young communicate by vibrating specialized quills on their mid-dorsal region. Now on to the long-eared jerboa. Their habitat of choice are sand-filled valleys with low bushes, but they can be found in semi-desert regions as well as cold and high regions. They are principally nocturnal and thought to communicate by vibrations and or dust bathing. Of all things, little owls are one of their most common predators. Named after Walt Disney's flying elephant, the Dumbo octopus is the next creature on the list. They have ear-like fins and 8 arms that are webbed together. Their bodies are soft and they live in very deep water, up to 7,000 meters. They swallow their prey whole. Swimming can be accomplished by flapping fins, expanding, contracting web arms, shooting water through their funnel, or all of the above. Eggs are left to fend for themselves. Last, but certainly not least, we have the Solenodon. They are chiefly nocturnal. They are the only mammal with special teeth that allows them to inject poison saliva into their prey. They are easily irritated and fly into rage without being provoked. They are some feisty little boogers. They have shaggy fur and a scaly tail. They are also slow breeders. Well, I hope you learned as much